Students, let's today go to the final episode of the sexual reproduction in flowering plants. That is the fertilization. Earlier we have spoken related to the formation of male gamete, formation of female gamete, then it to be fission, that is called syngamy. And that is the fertilization. So here I have written down fertilization. Let's go to the diagram that we have done earlier. So I will be completing the diagram, earlier diagram. So you remember placenta, the stalk occurring, so now this is a diagram we have here. So what is happening here? This is the stigma. Stigma parts of the carpels, style. And what is this one? Ovary, embryo sac. Now here we can find it has 3 cells here, 3 cells here, and 2 cells in the center. That was there, isn't it? We have left there. Now, thing is that I have spoken to you that stigma is receptor. That means it is sticky in nature. Why it is sticky? Reason is that when the pollen grain comes and falls over it, it does not let the pollen grain to be moved away or to fall down. Stickiness of it preserve the or keep the pollen grain. Now, there is another word coming to that. Pollination. What is pollination? Transfer of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma is called what? Pollination. So based on that, we are finding 3 different types of pollination. One is called autogamy, gynogamy, then gynogamy, then xenogamy. Now let's have a little bit of idea related to that. Autogamy means what? When the anther, the pollens that comes out from the anther, that pollen falls in the stigma of the same flower. Try to get it. Anther giving out the pollen or pollen coming out from the anther falls in the stigma of the same flower. But when you speak about gynogamy, we're speaking about the transfer of pollen grain from the anther falling in another flower. Try to get it, another flower, but of the same plant. Plant is one. But in xenogamy, what you are finding? Transfer of pollen grain from one flower to the stigma of another flower. See the difference of different plant. Plant is not same. Plant is what? Different plant. Can you get it? Same plant. Same plant, but what is different here? Different flower. Flower different. Here, same flower. Same, flower is same. Now, as we have done this one, so along with that, we are finding another thing. As the pollen grains come and falls, the pollen grains has some additional character. What is this additional character? This pollen grain keeps those pollen grain. The stigma keeps those pollen grains which are linked or related or of the same type of its kind. That means if it is a China rose flower, it will be keeping the pollen grains of China rose, not of other flowers. Now come to another thing. Second thing is that those pollen grain which will be falling on the stigma, all will not germinate. Second point. Only a few will germinate. See, here I am showing the germination here. Only a few will germinate. All will not germinate. Next important point, third point, those which has germinated, all will not form the pollen tube. That means pollen tube will be formed by only one, because there will be competition for nutrition, nourishment. The one who gets the better nourishment, better development, and in that case others are unable to develop. And in some cases you find 2-3 pollen tube developing, but we are now concerned with the one pollen tube development. Now what is happening here? This one, we have done it like this. You remember, this was exine, and here there was sporopollen was not there, germ pore was there. So what happened from this part? There is the occurrence of pollen tube. So the nucleus comes here, the pollen tube along with that 2 cells were there. So here also you are finding one pollen tube to occur. One pollen tube to occur. Now this is the pollen tube has developed. Exine in time, this is the pollen tube. Now already we have spoken that there is only 2 cell condition where the pollen grains are pollinated. Most cases, remember, the condition is in the most cases. So what are those cells? The cells are generative cell, Generative, generative cell, and number 2 is the vegetative. Vegetative cell give nourishment to whom? To the generative cell. This vegetative cell give nourishment to whom? Generative cell. Generative cells only remains. This does not remain. So these generative cells forms 2 gametes or 2 sperms. Is it clear to you? So here we are ultimately finding the occurrence of 2 sperms. See this one, 2 sperms are in the pollen tube. So these 2 sperms come through the pollen tube and it comes and reaches this micropyle region. See this one I am also making the elaborate diagram. You put a concentration here. This one we have drawn. How? See this one. Here there are 7 cells. Can you get it? 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 7. But 7 cell, 8 nucleus. This is condition 7 cell. But how many nucleus? 8 nuclei. Because here fission of 2 nucleus, it is twice. Others are n. So this position that what I told, this part is called, this one is called micropyle. Here, chalaja. Now see another thing. Filiform apparatus. Filiform apparatus is in the micropyle region like this. Some apparatus is there. Filiform, F-I-L-I-F-O-R-M. Filiform, what? A-P-P-A-R-A-T-U-S. Filiform apparatus. What is the function of filiform apparatus? It helps the pollen tube to move inside so that it can discharge its sperm. Is it okay to you? Now see, I am rubbing this part. Now what is happening? The sperm are 2, gametes are 2. So here we have found that there is one egg cell and there are 2 synergids. This is what? Egg. These 2 are S-Y-N-E-R-G-I-D-S, synergids. So this together are called what? Egg apparatus. This is central cell. I think you remember all this name. Central cell. So what is happening now? Male gamete. Male gamete is N. Male gamete is what? N. Male gamete. Male gamete, or you can say sperm. N. Unite with whom? Unite with the egg. Egg is also what? N. Leads to the formation of zygote, which is twice N. Can you get it? That means one male gamete fused. Now, another left. That male gamete now fuses with the central cell. How? Central cell is here. So what will happen? It will be moving like this and it will be coming and it will be fusing here. So this male gamete again, male gamete is N plus, here I am writing central cell. It is not N. What is it? It is twice N. Lead to the formation of endosperm, which is thrice N. Twice N, N, thrice N. So it is also called primary endosperm nucleus. Now see here, student. Here we are finding the occurrence of two fertilization together. When the two fertilization has taken place in a place, so definitely it is a double fertilization. So angiospermic fertilization is termed as double fertilization. First of all, generative cell, vegetative cell was there. It was pollinated. Generative cell produces two sperm. Vegetative cell is used up in the process. One of the sperm fertilizes the egg present in the egg apparatus. Another sperm fertilizes the central cell. Second fertilization. So it is called what? Double fertilization.